Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
A man drove at high speed into the Vatican and was arrested by the Vatican gendarmerie. The 40-year-old man drove a car at high speed into Vatican City State, and was arrested after forcing his way through two checkpoints of the Swiss Guard and the Vatican gendarmerie. On May 18 in the evening, a man driving a car forced entry through one of the main entrances of Vatican City, and managed to reach the Damasus courtyard of the Apostolic Palace, where he was apprehended by the Vatican gendarmes. The incident happened at the Santa Ana Gate, after 8 p.m. According to the Holy See Press Office, the man was prevented from entering the Vatican by the Swiss Guards, and then, after leaving the entrance, returned at high speed, forcing the two checkpoints of the Swiss Guard and of the Gendarmerie Corps. In an attempt to stop the car, read a press release, the inspector of the gendarmerie, on guard at the gate, fired a shot in the direction of the front tires of the vehicle. Despite being hit, the vehicle managed to continue on its way. The gendarmes subsequently sounded the alarm for an incursion, and blocked the access point to the rear of St. Peter's Basilica, to the Vatican Gardens and the Santa Marta Square, where the Pope's residence is located. In the meantime, the car reached the St. Damasus courtyard, the driver got out independently, and was stopped and placed under arrest by the Gendarmerie Corps, the Vatican said. The man, aged about 40, was immediately visited by the doctors of the Directorate of Health and Hygiene of the Vatican City State, who found him to be in a serious state of psychophysical alteration. He was in a prison cell in the new premises of the Gendarmerie Barracks, as he awaited arraignment before the Vatican's judicial authorities. Upon hospitalization, it was determined that the man needed psychological treatment. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of India, CBCI, appeals for peace in India's northeastern state of Manipur, where riots, begun on May 3, have caused at least 70 deaths and left 35,000 people homeless. We appeal to everyone concerned to refrain from all acts of violence and hatred, the CBCI said in a joint statement with the Conference of Religious India and the Catholic Council of India, which comprises the laity, clergy, and prelates in the country. All citizens of India are pained, saddened, and most of all concerned at the situation that has unfolded. Precious lives have been lost, houses burned or destroyed, belongings vandalized and looted, places of worship desecrated and set ablaze, the statement, signed by CBCI President Archbishop Andrews Thesath of Tricur, said after a meeting in the southern Indian city of Bengaluru from May 10 to 12. Archbishop Thesath calls believers to observe May 31 as a day of prayer and fasting for peace, as Holy Father Pope Francis has declared the day as a day of Marian prayer for the Synod. Manipur clashes are a grave tragedy, says Archbishop Manipur. India's military has tried to restore order in the wake of clashes that left more than 70 people dead, and great damage among the local population. What began as an interethnic clash hastily developed an interreligious dimension in the polarized atmosphere that the majoritarian Hindutva regime at the national level has created. Several Kuki churches were destroyed or damaged, said the Archbishop Emeritus of Guwahati speaking to Asia News. In border states, confidence-building measures should be adopted. No community must be made to feel hoodwinked or bypassed. Asia News reports that in Manipur, the wounds caused by the recent clashes between the mainly Hindu Metis ethnic majority and the mostly Christian tribal communities are deep, this according to Monsignor Thomas Manipur, Archbishop Emeritus of Guwahati, a leading Catholic figure in northeastern India. In the state capital, Imphal, it is time to assess the damage wrought by the violence, including the many Catholic churches and convents devastated, not to mention the displacement of thousands of people forced to flee their homes. For its part, the Supreme Court of India heard a petition calling for the creation of a special investigation team to find out what happened. Our immediate target is protection, rescue and rehabilitation of people, the top court said, asking both the union and state governments to give details of relief camps. The displaced must be brought back to their homes. Religious places must also be protected, it demanded. 13,000 were rescued from conflict situations, Manipur after 10,000 armed forces have been called to impose order, and the authorities claim that the violence-hit areas are under firm control as of now. Uncertainty still prevails in the Churachandpur and other Kuki-Zo-inhabited areas in different parts of Manipur. In Mexico, 2 Catholic churches were attacked. The Church of Santiaguito, in English St. Jacobo, in Guanajuato State, was set on fire. In the Irapuato Diocese statement they noted that, the fire was started from outside by a male person who reached the outside of the temple at 1:04 a.m. and left 26 minutes later. They made a complaint to the state prosecutor's office to find the person responsible. The Church of Santiaguito, with the effort and cooperation of many people, had completed just a year and a half ago its total restoration to the interior, which was completely damaged by smoke. Throughout the church and at the entrance there is considerable structural damage which is being assessed by civil authorities. We are deeply shocked by the arson attack on a church in our city and in our region, is an unprecedented event, before which the Diocesan Church of Irapuato strongly condemns this sacrilege, and we ask the corresponding authorities to find those responsible, said the diocese statement. The Church will continue tirelessly in this mission of building peace. It is a gift of God and our task. We will not get tired in carrying out this task of our Lord Jesus Christ. We make an attentive call to all to be builders of peace. This was released by Father Efren Silva Plasencia, spokesman for the diocese. In another attack, the Eucharist was robbed from the tabernacle of a chapel of St. Luke the Evangelist Parish in Progreso, Jutepec, Mexico. On May 13, Bishop Ramon Castro of the Diocese of Cuernavaca said that the pertinent investigations are already being carried out. The Monsignor wrote that it was an unfortunate desecration of the Blessed Sacrament suffered in the Chapel of the Lord of the Harvest in the Jardín Juárez neighborhood. The diocese released a special prayer of reparation.
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.